Right, lads, what do we reckon to that game? That was a bit of a weird one. Man City 1, Burnley nil. I think first and foremost, we're top of the Premier League table now. We picked up the 3 points, and that is all that matters. But there was a little bit more to that game. I think City looked a bit vulnerable today. We looked slow, we looked sloppy. Burnley had chances. I don't know why that is because we've seemed to have been on good form recently, and obviously coming up against a team that is obviously now relegated in Burnley, you would have thought we would have stuck a few past them, especially considering we need to with our goal difference and everything. We're level on goal difference now with Arsenal, so we needed to get a few goals today, and we only got one, of course. It's good enough. We got the 3 points, so it got us over the line, but would have liked to have seen a little bit more from City today. I think. Firstly, let's start off with the positives. I think Haaland took his goal really well. I think Jeremy Doku did really well to get the assist as well. I thought it was a really nice pass into Haaland, and obviously he did so well in just dinking the keeper. Cool, calm, and collected, as we expect Haaland to be in those kind of situations. And he did the business like he usually does. I think past that, I don't think City created too much. Nico Riley got into a really good position. He should have scored. He didn't. We'll let him off because he scores them, and he's getting into the right position. So that's a positive. But yeah, honestly, I don't think we created too much today. Our final ball just didn't seem to be great. Ryan Cherky did well, I thought. I thought he was probably the one shining light to come out of that game. Every time he got the ball, he drove forward with it. He tried things. He was trying to create chances, and he did create chances as well. But even Ryan Cherky today, I thought his final ball was a little bit off at times. Likes of Semenyo, I think he's been a bit ineffective in the last couple of games. Didn't really do much against Arsenal. In fact, he was a little bit poor against Arsenal. I think the same could be said today. I thought his first touch was a little bit poor. He didn't seem to be as involved in the game too much. I actually think he definitely could have grabbed the goal. When Cherky had the ball, he was driving at the Burnley defence. He has Haaland to his left, and he has Semenyo to his right. I think he did the right thing in terms of carrying with the ball for as long as he did, because it eventually drew the defender, and as soon as he drew the defender, he passed the ball, but the pass was a little bit bobbly, and it went a little bit too far in front of Semenyo, and he couldn't really get control of it in the end. I think he had to really stretch for a touch, so it was a bad pass. Semenyo could have got a goal off that, but obviously it didn't work out that way. But yeah, defensively as well. If you take it at face value, we actually did defend quite well. Obviously, we didn't concede. We were chucking our body on the line. I think Kushinov made a few last-ditch tackles like he usually does. But we shouldn't have been getting ourselves into those situations. Burnley looked good on the attack. Again, we're lucky that their final ball wasn't very, very good, because if it was, we could have been in serious danger there. I don't know why that is. It was a little bit weird. We felt way too open, and it was actually a little bit reminiscent of earlier in the season, maybe like November, December time, where we were very vulnerable, and every time a team was attacking us, they were getting chances. I think we missed Rodri today. Obviously, he wasn't in the side. I think he's picked up a slight groin injury. I don't know how long he's out for. I don't know what the situation is with that. Hopefully, it's just a little bit of a niggle, and hopefully Pep just left him out of this one because it's Burnley and just needed to rest him for a bit. Hopefully, he's fit for the rest of the season, because I think we missed Rodri today. Just the control in the midfield, and just make sure that. I think he protects the back line a bit. I think we do underestimate what Rodri brings to the side when he's not here, because I think in the last, since he's been fit and playing again, me personally, I've taken him for granted a bit, and I think Rodri does do certain things that us as football fans, or certainly me, can't see. Do you know what I mean by that? Like, there's a certain level of footballer who does things that we won't be able to tell. And I think Rodri definitely does that, because the difference is stark when he's in and out of the side. It's stark. He completely changes it. So I don't know why it is like that, and it just begs the question: if Rodri goes, how are we going to replace that? Because Nico Gonzalez, he can come on and try and do a job. He isn't Rodri. Nico Riley can move into the midfield, but he's not Rodri. So it's worrying. That it is a little bit worrying, and this is supposed to be a good day. Obviously, we're top of the Premier League, so we should be buzzing, but I'm feeling a little bit flat by that performance. I think mainly because if we play like that against, the rest of the teams we've got to play between now and the end of the season, we're going to get punished. Crystal Palace will punish us for that. Brentford will punish us for that. Everton will punish us for that. Bournemouth away. They're tough games. And we're really going to have to level it up if we're going to go on and win this Premier League title now. That today was supposed to be the day that we, took the goal difference and stuck 4, 5, 6 past Burnley. And when the first goal went in, you were kind of thinking, this is it now. We're going to turn it on. We're going to score a good few goals, and it just never happened today. We're lucky we got that first goal, because without that, we could have been in serious danger. Without that first goal, aside from that first goal, it was one of those days. And I think as a football fan, you know what I mean when I say it's one of those days. Those days where you're playing against a team, it's, like a Burnley, Turf Moor, and it's just not coming off. It's not happening. And that's what it was today. It was weird as well, because Burnley seemed to be playing quite a high line at one point, or, throughout the game, they were playing quite a high line. And, after that first goal, I was thinking, we're gonna do well today. But yeah, even after that first goal, they were still playing a high line. I mean, they had to win the game because, now they're relegated. So they wanted to stay in, stay up for as long as possible. But yeah, it was a weird one today. It was a bit weird. I'm just really, really hoping that that's a one-off and we aren't going to play like that for the rest of the season, because it was a bit weird. But yeah, no, there's definitely positives that can be taken. Obviously, Jeremy Doku, I thought he did well for the assist. The rest of it, I don't know if he was involved too much. Haaland did well taking his goal. Cherky, I just think, there was times where I looked at Cherky today and I thought, it just feels like he's growing more and more with each game in terms of the way his confidence. He gets the ball and he drives with it now. He's not just this player that has a good pass on him, has a good few flicks and tricks, can get out of tight spaces. He can stride with the ball. There was at one point he picked the ball up from deep and he drove it into their box, I think. And I was just thinking, he's galloping forward like a Kevin De Bruyne. I think he's getting more and more talismanic by each game. And he's just growing in confidence, and it's great to see. But like I said, his final ball wasn't amazing today. But he did put in, Nico O'Reilly should have bagged that cross that Cherky put in. He put it on a silver platter for him, and he missed it. But like I say, we can forgive Nico for that one, for everything else he's contributed to us for the rest of the season. But, I think even Pep Guardiola was getting super frustrated on those sidelines. He did not like what he was seeing at all. And, I'd have to back him on that, because we were poor today. I think we were way off it. But yeah, listen, we'll sweep that one under the carpet a little bit. I say sweep it under the carpet. We won and we're top of the league now, but I still don't think it was a great performance. We really need to kick on from that now. We really need to kick on. We need to level it up a bit. Then the next big game for City is actually Arsenal versus Newcastle. That's the one that all the City fans are going to be watching. I think it's on Friday night. I'm not too sure. But yeah, we're going to be watching that one. Hopefully Arsenal stumble again. That would be amazing. I can actually see them doing that, I can see them low on confidence. Newcastle, I can see a little bit of an upset despite how bad Newcastle have been recently. But yeah, listen, that is my review. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'll be checking in there, seeing what you lot had to say. But yeah, see you lot in a bit.